Hey everybody, it's Doctor here with Typical Manga Fan, and in this episode of the Typical Manga Review, we're going to be going over Bleach Chapter 626, The Holy Newborn. And we start with ready, get set, and go as the black box that will take them to the Royal Palace is blasting off.
What is in the box?
Well, we already know that. Jack. There's Jack in that box. Because we know only a couple of things in there are going to amount to anything.
Yeah. So right now they're going up to the Royal Palace, and they realized, and they basically what happened was they're referencing back to the stake that Yoriichi planted that basically allows them to be near the actually get to where the Soul King is.
Yeah, which we kind of already had figured on.
Yeah, and they should be going undetected, and then they talk about the hooded guy. I forgot his name. His name is so hard to say.
Like I said, the way Bleach enters so many characters, the way Bleach enters so many characters so quickly, I don't even keep track anymore. I kind of had that with One Piece as well, but doing the reviews, I've kind of started keeping track of it a little bit better now because they at least they kind of compound it more, I guess. Group them together more. Anyway.
So yeah, they talk about the sea Quincy, and then they're like, yeah, we don't know what he's capable of. He's just snapped Yoriichi's arm, so they better stay away from him. And then Ryuka comes in and is like, "Wow, you're annoying. I don't get the point of this entire conversation. Neither do us, you know."
Yes, I was thinking to myself, you'd probably you probably would be thinking something like Ryuka saying what we're all thinking.
Probably is. I know we came after it's like she's like, I know we came after the fact, but you really need to stop sulking and learn how to let things go. Otherwise, this pity party would just end up dragging us down along with you, and we're really just gone here. And then and then Orihime thanks Ryuka, and then she just slaps Orihime with her bunny ears.
Yeah, I liked that. That was pretty good. It's like she just turns her head sharply and ow.
So Ichigo asked Grimjaw why he joined up with them, and Grimjaw's basically like, "Nah, I'm not really on your side. It's just that if we let Yuak have his way, Wakamoonu gets destroyed, and I gotta kill you, because otherwise that'd be a problem because I had to kill you, basically.
Yeah, I want to kill you on my turf."
Yeah, and then we go back to the friggin' Quincy's, and they basically realize that Yuak is done with eating the Soul King, and so what else?
From this point on, it's a whole new world.
Yeah, and then we see
a whole new point of view.
And so we see Yuak, seeping blackness around the ground and all that stuff. And then
he's really got a handle on that. He's really learned to control that.
Yeah, Hashwell meets up with him along with the other Quincy's, and they're all looking at the black shit. And Askin's like, "What the hell is this stuff? It's going to consume the entire room." And then Yuak's like, "Is that you, Hashwell?" And he turns around, and you see basically a bunch of eyeballs in his face.
No, personally, I like the other version better with multiple pupils in the eye. I think that was freakier.
Yeah, this is just disgusting.
Yeah, it's freaky, but I thought the other one was freakier.
I just feel like when you think of final boss, you don't think of this, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what you're thinking of with final boss, but I could see that in this case. But still, I maintain what I said though, and they're all just shocked about it.
Yeah, and the only one who isn't shocked though is Hashwell, because Hashwell has no emotion because he's that type of character.
Yeah.
What a boring character. Yeah. And he's like, "Compose yourself." And everyone's just like, "Oh my gosh, this is not normal. How the hell can he stay? How can he stay like that?" He's like, "Come on, actually, you guys work with this guy. How do you not know he doesn't have emotion?"
Well, still, yeah. I mean, that is they actually are lampshading the fact that he's so not reacting to this. How can you even? I mean, if they work with him, I would think they would still expect him to react to this.
Yeah, I mean, it's like just because Kubo writes it so that he acknowledges something's weird doesn't mean it doesn't changes the fact that it's still weird. So it's not a mistake. It's just like when you acknowledge something, it doesn't change the fact that something exists. So
and then Yuak blows up the building.
Yeah, and then yes, it's just weird. And he's like, "This is must be what it's like to have an absolute excessive power." So he's somehow even more powerful than before. So any OP,
of course he is.
Yeah, it's just like, how is he even more powerful? What can he do that he hasn't been able to do before?
Yep.
And he decides that he blew up the building. And everyone's falling because he likes to he likes to team kill. This guy's really, I mean, seriously. So yeah, everyone's hanging on for dear life. I don't know why Thor can't just use his hammer to fly. I guess he's just
because he's not actually Thor. Remember?
Yeah, sure he's not.
He's just a cheap knockoff.
Yeah, Thor should he's not worthy.
His hammer's probably made of plastic.
Yeah.
Or paper mache.
Seriously,
or Reddit.
that mask is the only thing that's making him not like plagiarized.
Funny I thought the mask was the thing that was making him plagiarize because it was so close to the helmet. But all right.
Oh yeah, but I mean, there's obviously the Thor, the Norse god, that's actually a part of the mythology. But it's like, this is so close to what the Thor in Marvel is. This is like, really?
Yeah.
He's just not using his hammer as a mask. I mean, other than that, it's pretty much the same.
And once again, everyone's freaking out except for Hochwald, who actually just goes down on one knee and asks His Majesty to show them the way. And here's something I took interesting on here, and it may even explain Hochwald's behavior a bit, whether accurately or not. It's like, Ewok refers to him as his first son.
Yeah, when he says first son, I'm assuming he means actual legitimate son, or maybe. I mean, in both sense of maybe it was the first Quincy after Ewok, and he was maybe Ewok's actual legitimate son.
Yeah, and this may be why Hochwald's like so unafraid of him compared to everybody else, because he thinks he won't. Because accurately or not, he thinks Ewok won't touch him because he's his actual flesh and blood.
That's bullshit. We all know he's going to touch him.
And then Ewok blows up the buildings. Again,
when I say touch him, when I say touch, I don't mean that way.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not Catholic.
Well, I don't know. They seem to think I don't know. They seem to be like crosses. They have crosses.
Anyway, and then Ewok blows everything up again.
Yeah, well, it's not much. The chapter's boring. I don't know. Nothing happens really.
Not really. I mean, there's like Ewok gets some freaky eyeballs. Ichigo and them are moving along. Okay.
It's just an expansion of what we already knew. Like, that's all it is.
I mean, I wouldn't mind the fact that it's a get to point A to point B chapter, if not for the fact that that's what a lot of this has been.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's about it for theory. I mean, now it's just. I mean, everything we've said about what could happen has been noted in a previous chapter.
Actually, there's one thing that I kind of thought about here. Just a small little detour. Like I said, Yoruichi's got the stake in the ground, right? That'll get them back over there.
Yeah.
Ewok's supposed to be almighty, all-seeing, and all that. So how come he doesn't know the stake is there?
You know what? I think this is just something that we have to let Kubo figure that out himself.
Actually, I do have a theory here. And it goes to the Discworld book series, which I know you don't read, so I'm going to explain real quick. Every now and again, they refer to like an object or a person that's omniscient, like they can see everything. Yeah. Like for example, the wizards have a mirror that can see everything, but getting it to see one thing can be a real pain in the butt.
True.
So Ewok can probably see Almighty, see everything, but he doesn't actually know specifics unless he's focusing on it, like he did during the fight with Hachibe or Ichigo.
True, that might actually be a weakness to being omniscient.
Yeah, like if he doesn't think it's important enough to watch, it might not attract his attention. Like
yeah,
in this world, like for example, they they have these mirrors that see everything, like omniscopes. But since everything is like the blackness of space, it gets more use as a mirror.
Yeah, it's true. It's because if you think about it, it's so much information at once that how can someone handle all that? You know, you can probably see a lot, and maybe you can handle a lot, but maybe everything, it's just too much. You know, like I can see something, but doesn't mean I can notice it. You know, unless it's like really obvious to me, and that's just using plain sight. So maybe it's just like an extension of that. I don't know. This is it's obviously into the fictional world with a fictional set of powers. So really, Kubo can write anything in terms of weaknesses, or he maybe can write it so there's no weaknesses. I highly doubt that. Yeah. Or maybe he will. It's just that maybe Ichigo's gonna win by plot armor.
Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, like how he beat Aizen. I don't know. It's
hard to say in this case because in this case Yoak's a Deus.
Yeah, but other than that, so we'll see how they handle him. I just hope Ichigo fights someone before that because I'm sick of saving Ichigo. I want him to do something now. Yeah,
I mean, chances are he'll get Ishida. He'll go up with Uryu and convince him to change sides or figure out what the hell's going on or get something out of him.
Uryu's probably doing like a thing where he's waiting for Yu-Hawk to be at his weakest or whatever, or like kind of like Gin. Like Gin was waiting at the specific moment, and I think I said like Uryu is basically Gin at this point, in my opinion, at least from what I can predict.
Yeah, except less entertaining.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, that's I think that's about it for this chapter.
Yeah, like I said, it's not a lot going on, so there's not really much to go into detail about. So this video is going to be a lot shorter than everything else we've done. Like we're not even at the 10-minute mark yet. Right, but either way, though, stay tuned, and we're going to be covering our other series that came out over the last week or two: One Piece, Attack on Titan, Naruto, and Inside Mari. Yeah, go ahead and take us away.
Bye.